This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
So on the South today, a flock of electric vehicles in the Octagon today, proving Dunedin is leading the country for electric vehicle ownership. Armed police patrolled a citizenship ceremony in Queenstown, providing assurance for 77 new Kiwis. And Ben Smith is hopeful the Highlanders will celebrate his 150th appearance with a win on Friday night. Good evening, I'm Anastasia Munzer. A new study has revealed Dunedin is leading the way for electric vehicle ownership in New Zealand. Research carried out by Otago University and the Dunedin City Council reveals the number of electric cars in Dunedin increased dramatically in the last few years.
The Great EV Road Trip arriving in Dunedin today on their nationwide tour promoting the benefits of electric vehicles. Dunedin EV Group spokesperson Paul Jones says this year the trip is about bringing the cars to smaller towns around New Zealand.
So this is the fifth Leading the Charge road trip. It's all electric cars driving all around New Zealand just to prove that you can. Most people think electric cars are just city cars, and that is just not true. There are now over 100 fast chargers all around New Zealand, which means that even in an entry-level electric car you can basically drive anywhere you want.
Their visit coincides with a new study from Otago University, which reveals Dunedin is leading the charge for electric vehicle ownership in New Zealand. The number of electric cars in Dunedin has accelerated from just 25 to 500 in the last 4 years. And Jones says EVs are going from strength to strength every year.
They're basically big computers on wheels. They constantly get software updates to improve, fine-tune the cars. And in terms of the emissions, it's zero emissions from the car. There's a few emissions from the grid, but that's just getting better and better over time. It's the only car you can get that's going to get greener the more you drive it.
Dunedin also took out the top spot for the highest proportion of electric vehicles for personal use, as opposed to commercial or other purposes. Jones says they're a good option if you want to reduce your own carbon footprint.
Yeah, obviously these are better for the planet than normal cars, and certainly if you want to save the planet, this is what you should do. But honestly, even if you don't care about that, the numbers make sense. You save money driving electric, you have more fun driving electric. So yeah, it's great that we're saving the planet, but it really depends what you're into. There are so many reasons to get into an electric car, and they're all good.
The road show is on its way to Oamaru, Geraldine and Tekapo before making its way to the North Island. In Dunedin, the South today.
A truck driver has captured footage of 2 instances of dangerous driving in the space of 2 weeks on State Highway 1 south of Oamaru. Richard Collard posted footage of the 2 incidents near Moeraki on Facebook recently. Video captured on his dash cam of the first incident shows a white SUV overtaking his truck on a single yellow line on a sweeping right-hand bend before it attempts to pass another truck. The driver pulls back into his lane when another truck travelling in the opposite direction appears, narrowly avoiding a collision. The second near miss, filmed about 2 weeks later, also involved a white SUV. It can be seen turning right out of the Moeraki Boulders turn-off in a northbound direction in the wrong lane before it passes a truck driving in the left lane and then pulls in ahead of it. Collard says he was shocked to see 2 dangerous manoeuvres on the same stretch of road in such a short space of time. Armed police patrolled a citizenship ceremony at Queenstown's Memorial Centre yesterday to provide safety and assurance for 77 new citizens. Armed police have never manned a citizenship ceremony in the district before, but the local council decided to do so on advice from the Department of Internal Affairs following the shootings at 2 mosques in Christchurch last month.
Officers on foot and in cars stationed in Memorial Street and Templeton Way in Queenstown yesterday. Another officer at the back of the venue at the recreation ground ahead of a citizenship ceremony. The increased security a necessity in the wake of last month's Christchurch terror attack.
It is a sign of the times, I'd have to say. Normally you'd be a police presence. It's obviously accentuated by the weaponry, but just a sign of the times.
Police presence at future citizenship ceremonies is likely to continue on the advice of the Department of Internal Affairs and local police. But inside the Memorial Centre were much warmer scenes, with 77 new citizens singing the national anthem for the first time as New Zealanders. He says he noticed the police officers standing close by, but their presence hasn't dimmed his enthusiasm about becoming a New Zealander.
Oh, it's very awesome. I'm waiting for this for 10 years. Since I started the new life here, I always thought when this day is going to come up. Yeah, today I'm very happy.
McLeod says the diversity of nationalities represented at the ceremony is part of the changing face of New Zealand.
It's part of who we are. It's Kiwi's DNA. It's being welcoming, it's being tolerant, accepting other cultures, other ways of doing things. It's fantastic.
Further south, the Dunedin City Council has decided to use security staff at its citizenship ceremonies, but they won't be armed. In Queenstown, the south today.
A washout has forced the closure of State Highway 6 between Makarura and Haast as heavy rain again lashes the west coast. The closure comes amid expected heavy rain about 2 weeks after massive flooding washed out the bridge over the Waiho River further north on the highway near Franz Joseph. The bridge is expected to reopen on Friday this week. Met Service are advising people to stay up to date with the latest forecasts in case new areas are added to the warning. Ben Smith will make his 150th appearance for the Highlanders on Friday night. The co-captain and fullback will bring up the milestone against the Crusaders in Christchurch, leading a side with several changes to the one that lost to the Hurricanes last week.
It's not quite back to the drawing board for the Highlanders at training this week, but the coaching staff have made several changes to the team after last week's loss to the Hurricanes. Elliot Dixon starts at number 8 in place of the injured Luke Whitelock and says after 5 losses in a row, they're concentrating on one game at a time, starting with the Crusaders on Friday.
For us, we just want to go week and focus on one team at a time instead of getting ahead of ourselves and worrying about how many points do we need, can we fit into the top 4, can we make the top 8. So
in the backs, Josh Ioane and Rob Thompson replaced the injured Marty Banks and Richard Buckman. Assistant coach Mark Hammett says there's enough experience in the squad to help mitigate some of those injury losses.
We've been together a while now, and not just this year but last year, so we're confident. We've obviously got Rob Thompson's come back into the mix, probably got more time than he thought he was going to get on the weekend, but he's going to be a lot better for that. We've still got a lot of experience.
And with talisman Ben Smith set to make his 150th appearance for the Highlanders on Friday night, the team aren't lacking any motivation.
Yeah, she wants to put a 0 behind the 15 jersey if he's starting on the weekend, so it just says 150 on his back. So he's a good man. He brings a lot of culture and just a lot of presence in the team huddle, and real quiet guy. But you get him out on the rugby field, he's you just follow him.
Other changes to the side for Friday see Daniel Leonard-Brown replacing the impressive Aidan Johnston at loosehead prop, while Pari Parkinson comes in for Josh Dixon at lock. In Dunedin, the south today.
Still to come on the south today, an e-scooter company is getting a free ride in Dunedin, and we catch up with a group of paracyclists in Christchurch. See you after the break.
Wait for seed to germinate. Why not do it the smart way? For instant results, call Ready Lawn today, or for more information, go to readylawn.co.nz.
Every Kiwi deserves a reliable garage door. Rely on Garador to protect your important stuff. Just like Darren, as Garador keeps his favourite ride in mint condition. We have a huge range at affordable prices. Visit our website for a free consultation. We stand behind every door.
At Green Island Medical Centre, we are committed in caring for our future and present generations. We know as a young person, coming to the doctors can be quite daunting. Our highly skilled doctors and nurses will make your experience one where you will leave with a smile. Your health is very important to us.
At the Hard to Find Bookshop, we sell quality books on all subjects, from the rare to the recent. And where viable, we will come to you. We have a great reputation for integrity and honesty, so if you're downsizing or sorting an estate and have books to sell, contact us.
trophy season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Step into Ross Cafe, located at Ross Home in North East Valley. We have a great range of hot and cold food, friendly service and a warm atmosphere that you are sure to enjoy. We look forward to serving you soon at Ross Cafe.
Oh, help! Don't suffer in silence. Call Sunny Chin, Chi Master Body Technician for structural, muscular, emotional bodywork. Phone 03 4250 606 for all your pain relief.
When it's time to say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489 2274. If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole Map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Come on, mate. The blue doesn't go with the brown.
Welcome back. A number of animals are believed to have been killed after a stock truck rolled south of Waimate this afternoon. Police say they were called onto the crash on State Highway 82, about 20 kilometres south of Waimate. The road was closed in both directions, but diversions were in place. The stock truck had rolled in a vet and a heavy tow truck had been called to the scene. The status of the driver isn't known. The Dunedin City Council estimates it's already spent hundreds of hours of staff time on e-scooters with zero recompenses. Councils are charging little or nothing to e-scooter companies, which are poised to make millions of dollars in New Zealand. Dunedin is one of two cities with e-scooters not charging the hire companies anything to operate their business. The new transport technology caught Dunedin on the hop with an outdated bylaw, which means its trading permits can't be applied to vehicles. Council Community Services General Manager Simon Pickford says Dunedin's now moving to change the rules so it can charge the company through the bylaw. He says he can only take a stab at the toll so far, but it's been hundreds of hours of staff time dealing with scooter-related issues. A group of paracyclists have taken on a unique challenge. There's about 15 paracyclists in Canterbury who recently tackled part of the Port Hills for the first time.
Just doing it for fun. Not being competitive today. I always wanted to ride. I enjoy it. I really do enjoy it. Despite the spills and just learning and just being around other cyclists is quite cool.
We're quite an active family and you really wanted to participate, didn't you? So it was fantastic to be able to do paracycling. And they're so lucky to have Paul, who's a professional coach.
She is very determined. She's a real go-getter. Today was about seeing the views, exercising hard, knowing their capabilities. Because it's a lot harder than probably what they were expecting. Up front was Sam Manson. He has a visual disability. Then we've got Stephanie, who's got cerebral palsy, and so she's on a trike. And then finally we had George, who's 15 years old, and he has cerebral palsy as well. He's got a great attitude, loves to have fun, so he's great to have along, great asset. I got involved into paracycling through PNZ, Paralympics New Zealand. They're interested in the grassroots, but feeding people in through the chain right up to the top to competing overseas. I do a lot of able-bodied coaching, but developing this program, this OCC paracycling program has been something completely different for me. Just trying to get community through building the number of members that we have. And it's about giving them a bit of a go, and often it's introducing them to cycling and introducing them to just a new world or what their potential is.
Makes a big difference having someone like Paul because he's so tolerant and so patient.
What was good was that from a coaching perspective, seeing them like take off and then realise actually this hill's quite hard. This is going to take a lot more than what I think I have. And so I gave a couple of them a push and they had a bit of a break. But it's actually about them understanding their limitations.
Great work, Steph.
Well done.
You can see what you did right up nearly.
Look at the view, it's fantastic.
When he gets us in a group, so he's very, very patient because we're all different and we're all at different speeds and he somehow makes it work. So he's very, very patient.
And he's good at figuring out technical stuff about how to get the trike safely around corners. Intuitive.
It's quite different from riding a two-wheeler. I'm trying to ride a couple of days a week, but I do a spin class every Friday morning for 45 minutes. And I do try and ride maybe altogether 4 days a week, including a weekend, but it just depends on what else I've got on, because I work part-time as well. I'd quite like to, if I can, eventually represent New Zealand in paracycling, because I am actually classified at a national level for trike, so I would like to be able to do that and hopefully win a medal, but it's down the track because I've got to do a lot more stuff here and then eventually get selected to the World Cups and stuff like that. So it's all gradual at the moment.
After the break on the South Today, we meet a bunch of Australian clowns entertaining kids in central Otago, and we see if the weather is set to improve at your place. See you after the break.
At the Hard to Find Bookshop, we sell quality books on all subjects from the rare to the recent, and where viable, we will come to you. We have a great reputation for integrity and honesty, so if you're downsizing or sorting an estate and have books to sell, contact us.
Green Island Medical Centre have 2 late night clinics. We are now open on a Tuesday and Thursday night until 7 p.m. with doctor and nurse appointments available. Phone us on 488 2754 to make a booking or to find out more information.
Why wait for seed to germinate? Why not do it the smart way? For instant results, call Ready Lawn today, or for more information, go to readylawn.co.nz.
Every Kiwi deserves a reliable garage door. Rely on Garrador to protect your important stuff. Just like Darren, his Garrador keeps his favourite ride in mint condition. We have a huge range at affordable prices. Visit our website for a free consultation. We stand behind every door.
Most of us have spots on our skin. That's quite normal. Finding skin cancer as early as possible is key to successful treatment. Book in for a free check of 1 to 2 moles or a comprehensive full body check with the Mole Doctor in Waverley.
When it's time to say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489 2274.
Step into Shop on Carroll and discover a shop full of treasures. We have a fantastic range of vintage and retro clothes, upmarket clothing labels, collectible items, beautiful jewellery, quality linen and the best range of vintage haberdashery.
Oh, help! Don't suffer in silence. Call Sunny Chin, Chi Master Body Technician for structural, muscular, emotional bodywork. Phone 03 4250 606 for all your pain relief.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Step into Op Shop on St Andrew and discover a place with plenty of bargains for yourself, your friends and the whole family. We have new items arriving every day. Visit us for a fabulous range of economy and upmarket clothing, accessories, books, shoes and more. Shop with us and support your community.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Thanks for staying with us. Pupils from Mount Aspiring School were treated to an energetic acrobatic performance by Australia's Dislocate Theatre last week. The show, called 3-Speed Crunchbox, is part of Wanaka's Festival of Colour.
Australia's Dislocate Theatre entertaining students at Mount Aspiring College as part of Wanaka's Festival of Colour. Performer Sharon Granert says the show features stunts and circus tricks, but with an environmental twist.
We have a lot of fun, we do slapsticks, acrobatics, but we're trying to promote sustainability and have a few kind of fun messages in the show. The show's not so much about how to do it, it's just to kind of inspire people that you can still have fun while trying to make, the world better and the environment better and be more sustainable.
Students were able to learn some tricks for themselves at a workshop right after the performance, learning juggling and slapstick.
They're all watching those fail videos on YouTube, so we want to teach them that it's actually not about hurting people, it's about, tricking them, and, it's almost like a form of magic, and how to do that in a safe, kind of fun way, and also a little bit of acrobatics as well.
It's the troupe's first trip to New Zealand.
And, it's gorgeous flying into Queenstown, and all the people are just so lovely, so that kind of makes it, I guess.
And by the sounds of it, won't be their last. In Wanaka, the South Today.
Recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. A flock of electric vehicles in the Octagon today, proving Dunedin is leading the country for electric vehicle ownership. Armed police patrolled a citizenship ceremony for 77 new Kiwis in Queenstown, and this Deputy Mayor says it's the new normal. And Ben Smith is hopeful the Highlanders will celebrate his 150th appearance with a win on Friday night when the Highlanders play in Crusader country. And now a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Craig Page.
Good evening. Yeah, we've got an interesting story about some changes in the region for some Anzac Day events. This is in the wake of last month's terror attacks in Christchurch. It follows reports yesterday that Anzac services in Auckland had been cut back dramatically because of those concerns. Queenstown's Dawn Parade has been cancelled, although the service will continue. And police are concerned about the international nature of the resort and decided that really the risk was too great. So no other changes around the region, fortunately, but there is going to be an armed police presence at most of the services, so they'll be quite noticeable for a lot of people. We've got more, of course, as well on the electric cars, and Dunedin leading the way on that respect. And speaking of vehicles, but a less environment-friendly type, it's the Rally of Otago this weekend, and we've sent our reporter Tim Miller out for a bit of a shakedown on Flagstaff today. He came back looking a bit white, but managed to survive all right. And plenty on the sporting front tomorrow as well. We've got the Highlanders team naming as well. Ben Smith's 150th, but Josh Ioane as well in the key number 10 jersey for hoping to lead that side round. And the netball tonight, of course, as well. We've got Steele playing the unbeaten Pulse in Dunedin, so we'll have full coverage of that on our website tonight and in tomorrow's newspaper as well.
Awesome. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
And now time for a look at the weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by Mole Map.
Beginning with a look at the southern view, a reflection of a tree at South Dunedin's Bathgate Park. Looking at the situation, a very cold southwesterly airflow brings rain and showers for the next few days, and temperatures will remain cold at the weekend with inland frosts. Starting off at the northwest of the South Island, Greymouth and Westport can expect rain and 17-degree highs. Across to the northeast, Nelson and Blenheim, you're also in for a wet day and should expect high temperatures of 18. In Canterbury, it should be cloudy and wet for most. Plan for a high of 15 degrees in Kaikoura and 13 in Christchurch. Ashburton, you've got a high chance of rain and a high of 12. In the southern towns, plan for fresh southwesterlies. Sorry, but it's looking like rain for you all too. The Catlins is due for 11 degrees, while Balclutha, Lumsden and Gore should all reach 10 degrees. Heading westwards to the Central Lakes, which appear to be the pick of the weather bunch tomorrow, with little or no rain on the radar. Wanaka, Alexandra and Queenstown are all set to be mostly cloudy and 11 degrees, while those in Te Anau may receive rain and your high should be 10. Up to the northern towns, Twizel and Omarama expect light southwesterlies with showers clearing, and you're both due to reach 9 degrees. Te Muru and Oamaru have a similar forecast with southwesterlies, and you both should reach 13. In Dunedin, showers clearing tonight and an overnight low of 9. Cloudy and cold tomorrow with light to moderate southwesterlies and rain developing tomorrow night. Looking at a high of 13 and a low of 7. Showers clearing during the afternoon on Friday with fresh, very cold southwesterlies easing, a high of 10 and a chilly low of just 5 degrees. Heading to Invercargill, mostly fine tonight with an overnight low of 7 degrees. Cloudy and cold tomorrow with a few showers possible at first. Strong gusty, very cold winds developing during the afternoon with a period of wintry showers with some hail. Heading for a high of 9 and a low of 5. Showers clearing during the afternoon on Friday with fresh, very cold southwesterlies easing. You should have a low of 11 and a low of 2 degrees. And that's our news for this Wednesday. For the latest news from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz and follow Channel 39 on Facebook and YouTube. Have a great evening. Ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.